Nigeria, and welcome to another interesting but very informative edition of Enterprise Morning, reaching you from Enterprise Television. I am Henry Igwepike. We kick off today with our newspapers, and right after that will be our main conversation also for today. Please do well to be part of what we do have a say in what we say. You can always find us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. We're very so honored to have with us Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, Barrister, Law Public Affairs Analyst, to see through all that we have coming from our newspapers and, if possible, help us go through our main conversation for today. Good morning, Barrister, and welcome.
Good morning, Henry. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so very much. So let's kickstart today, interestingly, with the first daily on our desk. And it's from the Guardian newspaper for today. We have the big story. 2027, Northern PDP leaders settle on ADC as preferred coalition platform. And also we have other stories here coming from the same newspaper. Rivers Lagos worst hit as court clashes claim 1,686 lives in 5 years. And also we have other interesting stories here. Operation Demand Tariff increase to stave off 6 trillion gas debt. Reps ticket may cost 500 million post-election litigations and 1 billion naira. Barrister, let's start with the cost of venturing into politics in Nigeria. It is very surprising that the cost of pre-election in Nigeria is so expensive that nobody would never love to go through any of that. 500 million naira as ticket for House of Reps. How do you see this?
That news may be exaggerated, or maybe not. Maybe probably is a general figure. No party would sell his form for 500 million. Nobody. There is even a regulation to that effect. So I'm not sure they will sell for 500 million. Even the presidency is not up to 500 million. So talking of House of Reps, maybe they are talking about the expenses to be incurred if you are fighting for that position, not the actual amount needed to obtain a form or nomination form.
Yes, but
yes, they are not.
Yes, but even if the total cost of vying for that election is 500 million, isn't that still a little bit high?
It may even be small in some circumstances, in some area, depending on where you are coming from. It's even small. You see, to fight for election in this country is about money. I'm telling you. That's why you see godfathers coming in. People who sponsor you, who backroll the fee. You see, you can't even estimate it. You can't even say this is the actual amount. I have experience. I know what I'm talking about. You see, sometimes when you want to contest election, even years before the election, you are already spending money. Especially when you are even a philanthropist. Some people became a politician because of their philanthropic acts. You see, in Nigeria today, the people who are good, as far as our people are concerned, is those who have money and who are spending it. There are people who have money, they don't spend it. And so if you have money and you are spending it, people see you as good for the position. It's about money. I'm telling you the truth. That is the truth. Most times it's about money. I'm not saying those who are spending the money are not even good for the job. But for you to secure the job, you must also have money in addition to that, to your big good or have the quality to lead. People don't see you representing them as you serving them. They see that they are helping you. They are giving you eye lips. So and in that regard, they want to collect their own before you even go there. So once you indicate your intention, or they see the sign that you want to contest election, from that day your constituency people, anybody who wants to do naming ceremony will call you. They want to do they want to buy antenatal fee. They want to pay antenatal fee, they will call you. They want to pay school fees, they call you. They want to go to hospital, they call you. Everything they want to do is you. So not to talk of the money required for the campaign. Not to talk of the money required for the execution of the election. Because of the election day, you need money. even before the election day, because you must have agents. The party must have agents. And then in that regard, you must contribute to that. And the agents must be paid the allowances for transport, and they must be paid for allowances for food. So there is a lot of money when you are contesting in Nigeria. That's the truth. That 500 million in circumstances may even be small.
But Barrister,
depending on the area.
Yes, but Barrister,
I'm not saying
okay,
those who have secured tickets have such money. But for you to win, you must have the backing of the people who call Godfather, or people who can, on your behalf, spend the money.
But Barrister, don't you think that the Labour Party 2023 general election is a game changer that everyone should abide with? Because 2023 general election saw the opportunity of people who were nobody, who just literally bought a ticket of the Labour Party. Some of them won, not because they had so much money, but because people wanted exactly what they needed. So don't you think that template is the best one? Because it's very obvious. Everyone on the ticket of the Labour Party in 2023 didn't have no money. And lots of them won.
How many of them won?
We have We have a senator from the FCT, from the Labour Party, who won. She would not have won, but of course, because she belonged to the Labour Party, she won. Lagos State had one. Lots of that states equally had theirs.
Stop this, Henry. Do you know the Tunji? You know who she is? Do you know who she is? You say she doesn't have money. She is the wife of the former Vice President Abiola. Sorry. No, yes, I'm correct. She is the wife to that man. She's been. What are you talking about? She doesn't have money.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, but
you see,
yes,
they may not spend as much as some people will spend.
Yeah.
There is no way you contest election in Nigeria that you not spend money. And some of those people you talk about, some of the ones you may talk about, because there is one in Lagos that people are talking about, they rode on the path of Peter Obi's ascendants. Some of them, people don't even know who they are.
Which is a very good experiment. Don't you think so?
People don't want. It's not that people want them. It is what you say people want them. If truly people know this is a man, they don't even know him. But because he's in Labour Party and he's under Obi's party, that's why they voted for them. It's not about him. It's not because they know that he doesn't have money and he's good. No. If you ask some of them, they don't know who they voted for. They only know Mr. Peter Obi, His Excellency. So it's not until we play a game of seeing people who want to represent us as serving us, and not as people who must pay us money for us to participate. You see, I'm not saying you won't see one or two people who was lucky to win, probably because of certain support. And like I said, even though that one, he will spend money. It may not be as big as those who have a godfather who have money. If without Mr. Peter Obi at that election, that man that you say he won election in Lagos or whatever will not win anything. People will not see him. They won't see him. They won't vote for him. So don't let us deceive ourselves. It is not easy for you to win an election without backing. And if Peter Obi were not in that election, at that election, or that Peter Obi evolution did not come, most people you mentioned will not be there. And some of them even spend money. They are just lying to you. Even in the Peter Obi camp, we are hearing people we are hearing allegation of fraud of campaign money. What was the money meant for? What were they doing with it? So don't fall for this whatever. Like I said, some of them may not spend like other people, but there is nobody that will contest in this country that will not spend money.
Very, very true, Barrister. Lots of Nigerians would have wished that the new narrative should have been how and what can we do to stem the culture of throwing in so much money to win elections. I don't think it is the best thing. Nigerians should have the opportunity. That's what I think.
Eddie, sorry for cutting.
Please do.
Sorry for cutting in.
Yeah.
You see, if you all rally ranked candidates, the way people supported His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi at the last election, probably what you are saying may work. If you rally rank a candidate without him having enough money, or without him ready to spend money, you want to support him. If you do that, if you adopt that style, probably it will work. It's very difficult for us in this country. People vote based on party, where you belong to. Most of those people you say they voted for last election, if they come back this election now, even under the same party, people will not vote for them. Will not vote for them if Peter Obi is not there. So for me, it is not we have to change our attitude, the followers. And it's not only about the politicians. It's about the people who are also not followers, not politicians, who claim not to be politicians, who are voters or who are followers. We need to look at people without the benefit we want to gain from them before they win election.
Very true.
Most people who are going for election, electing for people, are not there to make money, but because of the pressure that people will put on them, because what we see as governance today in this country, or what we see as performance from a senator or member of House of Rep or whatever, is that senator who can buy keke, marua, buy bag of rice, and start distributing to people. That's what people will see you as performing. Even if you are mobilizing them, you are facilitating health center, schools or whatever, they don't see you as working. They only see people who can get money, buy tricycles, buy a bag of rice, buy this and that, and distribute to people. That's when they see you as working. Until we change that attitude, we may not grow.
All right, Barrister, let's take a look at the president's state visit to St. Lucia. It made headline on the Guardian newspaper for today, which of course had come under the criticism of His Excellency Peter Obi. Barrister, what do you think about that visit? He visited a country that is less than 200,000 people. That's the total population of that country, which is far less than the population of Alimosho local government area or Efako LCDA in Lagos State. So do we see a president who wants to show off than settling the problem we have in the country?
I have been saying it before now, that the priority of this government are not right. The priority of going from one country to another to market the country or to look for investors is not going to work. They are putting the cart before the horse. I'm saying so because you will have if you have an environment that's not enabled. You have an environment where security is almost on a daily basis. You hear people being kidnapped. You hear people being killed. And you want to go somewhere and start looking for people who will come and invest. We are in a global world. We are not longer in 1970s, where people have to travel down to a country for them to know what is happening there. Today, or within your palm, you can determine or know everything that is going on everywhere. So people know what we are facing in our country. And until that is settled, in other words, you make that environment enabled. You ensure that security is now stable. People can now be trusted as regarding that, can now move from one place to another without any fear of being kidnapped or attacked. That is when people will see your country as being conducive for investment. And that is that, and I will be justified for maintaining this position. Because the president has been traveling from from the first week or second week of his being sworn in. He has been traveling from one country to another. By my count, if I'm right, I think he has traveled for over 40 times in the last 2 years. And I have not seen one single serious investor in the country. I've only been hearing memorandum being signed. I've only been hearing people who have intention to come and invest in our country. They've never come. So, and they will not come. I'm telling you, except those portfolio investors who will be used by politicians. And those are the people you will see that will come around and say they are investing in the country. Until we have an enabling environment, we will not get it right. You can't be moving from one country to another in the name of which investor are you looking for in St. Lucia? How much is that total earning? How much is that total earning?
Barrister, it's a population of 200,000, less than 200,000 people.
Forget the population. Forget the population. You might have a fewer population and have more resources of money. What do they have in that country that we don't have in Nigeria? That even a community is better than them in terms of growth, in terms of finance,
yes,
or natural resources. So, but the president, they know what they are looking for. I don't know. But they've not told us what exactly they are looking for in that place. My own thinking, I'm thinking they are marketing the country and looking for investors or trying to sell the country to them. And that's why the president has given them a waiver in terms of visa entry. They also promised scholarships. Scholarships. Who want to leave that country where there is stable education,
stable electricity,
and come to a Nigeria where there is no stable education? where else will go tomorrow? Where you will not know, as we speak, over 3 months, teachers in Abuja are on strike. Nobody is saying anything about it. So they will leave their country where they are guaranteed of proper, adequate facility, and come to Nigeria where tomorrow the policy of government can change and say, look, you now continue to pay. That security will give you has been overruled by a certain level, or something has happened, and therefore we can't cope with it again. Nobody will come and face that kind of country. I think we should get serious. The president should get more serious and sit more in the country, think more as how to develop the country, so that it will be attractive, and people on their own will want to come to the country without even going after them. How many times have you seen the king of Qatar in Nigeria? The Saudi Arabia people. How many times have you seen them to come and market us? Did you see Prime Minister of UK in Nigeria? Did you see the president of US or any other country come to Nigeria to say, I want to market my country to you? Come and invest. People are rushing there. Why? Because the place is conducive. They restricted our visa to UAE. People are not happy. When they talk about issue of the discussion regarding lifting the restriction, you can see the jubilation as if we have won what's it called, jackpots. So it shows that there's something in the place that people are enjoying that we are not having in this country. So until we have that environment that's conducive, this marketing of a thing will be a mirage.
Very, very true, Barrister. I don't know. We have lots of other interesting stories, but the time we have is really short. Barrister, please, if you may, I have 2 stories. I just hope that we're able to manage the time that we have. In continuation, still on the Guardian newspaper, I'd love you to say a little bit about the feud happening, unfortunately, between Ayedatiwa and Akeredolu. We have it that Ondo government quest to probe Akeredolu's death sparks a controversy. The wife of His Excellency Akeredolu had come out severally to say that the current government in Ondo State keep insulting her late husband. I do not know why the government in Ondo State is interested in this. Remember, they had just destroyed the symbol of those that lost their lives, in the bombing. Speak to me on this, if you may, in 2 minutes before we move on to the next paper.
It's all about politics, as far as I'm concerned, or the past. Because if you recall, this governor, when he was before the death of the former governor, he was the deputy governor, and he was prevented, in quotes, from seeing the governor before his death. In fact, at the time he was asking that he be sworn in as the acting governor, since the governor is not capable to. But these people are preventing that to happen. So they see them. Probably he sees them as his enemy now. Or he sees them as those who are not in the same political camp with him, and therefore wants to. There's no love as it is now, except what is being said between the two of them now. As it is, maybe political love. It's not available now. So for me, please, they should allow the man to rest. Well, yeah. The man has gone, and let him go and rest. I know that you have the government. There is a law which allows inquiry to be made when somebody died in circumstances that is not clear. You can do coroner inquest, but for me, the one we have done in Nigeria, what have been the results? That is my point here. So let the man rest and leave all this politics upon the head of the man that's dead already.
Very, very true, Barrister. Finally, let's move on to the Daily Trust newspaper and straight on to our talking point for today. Lagos traditional rulers dethrone 6 chiefs for impersonating him at Labour Party campaign. Barrister, when the news first made waves on social media, there wasn't anything like impersonation there. It is said that these chiefs made themselves present at the Labour Party campaign ground, and therefore that was the reason they were dethroned. But right now, we're beginning to have a little bit of adding in and removing. Now, impersonation has been fixed right into the mix there. Is it even bad, really, for a traditional ruler to make himself present anywhere? Is there anything against it, really?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing against it. Traditional rulers are Nigerians, and I'm not aware of any law which prohibit them from participating in politics. I've been saying it. When people talk about traditional rulers should not be in politics, the pastor should not participate, should not be involved in politics, I now ask myself, who and who will not be there? And who should be in politics? If I'm a traditional ruler and I'm in a community and I see candidates who are fighting to represent the community, and I believe that one of them is not good enough for the community can't I tell the community and say, look, this man will serve us better. Let's support him. There's nothing bad in it.
Yes, very true.
So, but people see it as they say traditional rulers are father of all, and therefore they should not. So, traditional rulers should sit aside, should sit down, look at his community or somebody who's not qualified or who's not ready, who will not be able to serve, being presented, and then he say you should support him because he's a father of all. No, he can't do that. And you see those headlines you read. For me, I will not comment on that whether it was changed or it was not changed, because sometimes when the media, the way they put their headline is them, not it may not be what the one you saw earlier on may not be what happened. The one they just released now, maybe it may be the choice of the reporters to use that adjective. For example, the PDP just last 2 days ago, when they announced that Anyanwu wants to resume office.
Yeah.
There's nowhere where the chairman say Anyanwu shall be reinstated.
Really?
Then you see the report. Reinstate Anyanwu.
Yeah,
what
because yes,
but
Barrister, because the report making rounds all over says that Anyanwu is now the certified secretary to the party. That's what is reported.
It is. I'm talking about executive. The word used by the chairman, acting chairman, was that Anyanwu has been asked to continue as the secretary, national secretary. The reporters, they put it and say Anyanwu has been reinstated by PDP. Some people are now questioning that reinstatement. They are saying, how can you reinstate somebody who has not left? So it is not their adjective. It is not their words. It is the word of the writer. So for me, sometimes when they use the adjective of he said impersonation, if the man is saying that he's being impersonated, it's a criminal offense, and he can come up and he can discipline them for that. They are under his control. If they go to a particular program and represent and say they are representing the man, that the Oba, and without his instruction, that is impersonation. They are telling them, look, we are here on behalf of so and so person, and he is not aware of that. He can accuse them of that, and he has the right to sanction them if that is correct. So for me, I also know that it's about politics. It's about even the Oba himself citing a particular party, and which is within his right to do. He can do that, but punishing other people for supporting any candidate is what I will not support. But if it's about impersonation, he can take proper action in that regard.
All right, beautiful. We can go on and on. We have so many interesting stories here, but that's just about the time we have for this segment. And just to let you know, Barrister will be here to take us on our main conversation. That is when we return. Road Survivor backs Atiku Obi alliance. In the beat, it's still Enterprise Morning. Please don't go anywhere.